more song, one 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 more song.
Right, next one we're going to do is Broken Gear.
This is where I start to come into my element now.
Right.
This is where some of my worst nightmares have come to fruition right in front of me.
What, like the dream where you go to work naked?
Yeah, the dream where you're running but you're not getting anywhere and some guy's chasing you down the street.
With a machete.
Yeah. Am I starting on this one then?
Yeah, go on. You might as well now. You built it up.
Yeah, I have built it up. Well, there's been plenty to be fair, but like I say, with the Windows update one, that was quite funny to be fair. But the first memory of this was I used to go to a pub called the Top Lock in Chorley, Wheelton area.
Right.
Have you ever been there?
No.
It was quite good to be fair. It was all right. Quite a small venue. And it was the first time I'd ever experienced snapping a string. Now, that seems quite normal to be fair. It happens quite a lot. But the fact was, and don't ask me why, but I hadn't learned by that point to change a string. I didn't know either. So obviously you learn from these experiences, then you go, right, I'm going to learn how to change my strings now. But I just remember just playing this song and it just went bang like that. And I was like, oh shit, what do I do? I don't fucking know what to do. I literally do not know how to change a string. So like I say, my dad comes and watches me most gigs. So he just grabs my guitar, literally must have got in my bag and just grabbed any string he could find. It could have been like the thick E string, and he popped it on the, it's usually the B string that goes with my stuff. I think he put on the thickest string possible, just winding it up. I didn't even really know how to tune a guitar, but this is very, very early days.
Yeah.
Oh, and it just ruined my gig because I just knew this guitar was out of tune. Nung, nung. Yeah, and then, well, we'll go to you and then we'll come back to me.
Yeah, I've had loads of strings break in gigs.
It's part and parcel now, isn't it, really?
Yeah. I kind of have to force myself into a routine. So what I was going to do, I think the end of this month is my next string change.
Yeah.
So I think it is going to be at least 2 packs of strings a month to make sure I've got one spare, because you never know when you're going to need your next one. And a lot of mine break when I'm doing a song with a capo.
Yeah, exactly the same.
But for me, it's the E and the B string.
Yeah.
But the other week, I was playing, you recommended me this gig. Shout out to Robbo at Crafty Beggars.
Yeah.
Basically, I've never done this before in my life, but I managed to break an A string. And while we were at it, I was pulling out the bridge pin to get the A string out, and I somehow pulled out the D string.
As well as the A?
No, I just pulled out the D string pin. So I went to push it back in without thinking, hang on, I might need to loosen this first. I don't know what was going through my head. And I pushed the bridge pin in, and the bridge pin just snapped in half.
Yeah.
So not only did I end up without an A string.
Yeah.
No, I got the A string in.
Yeah.
But I ended up then without a D string and missing a saddle. So
that's the thing, innit? You always have replacement strings, but I've not got replacement fucking bridge pins.
Bridge pins, not a chance. So I ended up having to order some off Amazon. Got some, it was perfect. They're absolutely fine. They weren't massively expensive, but I thought, why did I not just loosen the D string? Or just change the D string as well? It takes 2 minutes.
So what did you do then for the rest of the gig?
Just carried on.
Without a bridge pin, though? Because obviously
without a bridge pin, without a D string.
Oh.
I just took the D string out.
Did it sound all right?
You could tell something was missing.
Yeah.
But it wasn't the worst thing ever. So you just as long as you know what string's missing, you can find a way around it.
That happened to me at a wedding actually. So the bridge pin actually came flying out of the guitar and underneath the table. So I had a backing track to revert to for a couple of songs whilst my dad's scrambling under the table trying to find this bridge pin. We found it in the end, but yeah.
Have you ever had anything bigger than that break?
Not break, no, because you'd think surely a speaker would have blown or something. But I'm one of these dickheads that's bought a speaker that's probably way too it's a fucking big speaker, innit? So
Yeah.
I always run it on like half. I'm never gonna have that problem.
No.
But, yeah, so going back, so the Minstrel, you've played the Minstrel, haven't
Yeah.
you? Paul Brack, of course. So obviously, sadly, they're moving on as well, aren't they?
Yeah, they're moving on, unfortunately.
Again, fucking dickhead of the year. Didn't think to check the battery of the guitar, but I'm just playing on the stage once. It was between a Tyson Fury fight, so I only had like half an hour before the fight started. Everyone was up for it, rowdy, ready to go, and my guitar just starts going like distorting like mad, and I'm like, I've been having trouble with this guitar. It was a fucking shit guitar, but obviously I just thought, oh, you know, I changed the battery the other week. I'm sure I did. It won't be that. We checked everything, wires in, wires out, checking everything. But my dad's out front because my dad listens out front, but sometimes, bless him, like, he obviously does a lot for me, but sometimes he just go, yeah, sounds great, mate. And I'm like, is something wrong? And he's like, no, sounds great. I go and listen out front of me, and guitar's going, fucking distorted and everything. And I just could not for the life of me figure out that it was just a battery change. That's simply all it was. And I just like but thankfully Paul came up to me and he's like, don't worry about it, mate, honestly. He's like, it happens to us all, and he was proper supportive because he could have kicked off that night.
Oh, yeah.
He could have not paid me because he would have probably been well within his rights to. But being the kind of guy he is, he fucking helped me through that night, to be fair. Yeah.
That's happened to me once. That's happened to me a couple of times. And I think it's maybe 3 or 4. Luckily, I've always had a spare battery.
Yeah.
Apart from one time, but no one cared because it was I was doing a gig at O'Neill's in Liverpool Town Centre.
Yeah.
And we just won the League Cup. So I'm playing all these Liverpool songs. The acoustic guitar goes, and I went, fuck it, we're carrying on anyway. And just battered the shit out of my acoustic guitar. No strings break somehow.
Yeah.
But everyone was just singing along. You couldn't hear me. You couldn't have heard my guitar anyway. It was pointless. It was going all around the room. But like, yeah, I took the battery out and just carried on. But yeah, no one gave a shit because we had just won the League Cup, as I say. And, everyone was just singing Liverpool songs anyway.
You said the League Cup's Milky Bar Cup.
I didn't. I never said that. We just said that we just both agreed that the FA Cup's a better one to win.
No, it is, to be fair.
So don't start pulling that shit on me, son.
No, but it's not that I didn't have any batteries. It just, in my like panic, it just did not occur to me that it would just be a battery change.
Like, I don't know about your guitar, but does your guitar? My guitar has a red light that flags on when the battery's low.
No, it didn't. That particular pickup. No, it's the Taylor one, so they literally only have the dials. You know, the EQ dials and the volume dials. So yeah, my one that I have now, the LR Bags pickup does. So that's good. What was I going to say? No, but it was just the fact that like. I just couldn't, for the life of me, think that it was that, and it was just stupid. But sometimes you forget, don't you, that like, you know, you're plugging in your guitar into your jack and that, you just think, you sometimes forget that it is battery powered as well.
I think that's the thing. Like, as soon as you plug that lead in, it's ready to go.
Yeah, you're just like, it's just connected up to the mains.
I always, actually, the way I get around that now is I actually unplug my guitar at half. I mute my desk, unplug my guitar, and then put it over. Yeah. Because I had a habit of just leaving it plugged in all the time. And that red light, it's like a petrol light. Yeah, you know, like the petrol light on the electric dashboard. It tells you so many miles to go. It comes on at 50 miles to go.
50 songs to go.
Yeah, so it's just like, you've got at least 5 gigs left in you, but replace it now, please. And I just never do. But luckily, I always do get to a point. I've been quite lucky where I've got to a point where I've noticed it in sound check, just quickly replace a battery and we're good to go. Or it hasn't gone for whatever reason.
Yeah.
The worst one with gear brakes, it was funny as hell. I've got to say, it was absolutely hilarious. So, we've played at the old Black Bull in Preston, and they are absolutely brilliant with this all the time. Like, we've been booked probably about 5 times in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
This year, we've only got 1 booking.
Yeah.
But they love the live music. But we're considering next time getting barriers to play there. But we don't think there's any point because we've lost about 6 leads to the Black Bull. And at times we spill more drinks there than the customers.
So you've lost leads? What, people nicking leads?
No. Basically, you leave your gear set up at the half, don't you? You walk off stage, you go and get a drink, whatever.
Yeah.
Someone's always dancing too close to the gear.
Yeah, absolutely.
And yeah, this guy literally just fell on the gear. Like, so someone's always just gone like backwards, dancing backwards. The monitor's there, bang over the bottom monitor, straight onto the frigging lead.
That's happened to me as well.
Yeah, and this is why when we say please back off from our performance area, just listen. Even if you are pissed, you know your ears are working because you listen to yourself talk shit. But yeah, I reckon we've lost the best part of 6 leads because someone always falls over and they've always got a pint in hand. I'm surprised we got.
It's not just somebody going out to pubs and nipping XL out.
More show!